Hey Pheasant Lane fam, I hope you're doing well. My name's Robert and this is Pheasant Lane Farm. Today we're getting ready to go work some ground to plant 2 new wildflower and sunflower patches. There was kind of some areas on this property when we bought it we really weren't sure exactly what to do. If you guys have watched the channel for a while, you know last year my wife Amber had a very good friend pass away. We had a field up front that we really didn't know what to do with. I didn't know if I was going to fence it in as like a secondary pasture for the horses or cattle. I didn't know if I was going to run the pasture pigs up there. I wasn't sure what was going to happen with it. And we talked about it one night and I said, you know, we had a beehive up there. Let's just make that whole field just wildflowers and sunflowers, and we'll name it Anna's Field. And that's exactly what we did. And it turned out absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to see how it looks this year. We did plant, our first year we lived here, we had a garden. Last year I said, you know what, I was hurt. I said, let's just put that in the wildflowers. So that makes 2 technical wildflower patches. And today we're going to work up the ground for 2 more. When they built this house, I'm only assuming they took the foundation dirt, they hauled it about 60 yards in front of the house and dumped it. Now, the setup's a little weird of this property. We have 20 acres here. The house is all the way at the back of the property. And so the barn and stuff is kind of in front of the house. Kind of a weird setup, but it works for us. But there was this huge mound of dirt 60 yards in front of the front door. I didn't know what to do with. Last year when I had the dozer come in to cut the pad out for the barn, and then I hauled all the stone in, I had that guy kind of push some dirt that way. I thought it'd be cool to kind of level that mound out a little bit, kind of tone it down, and then plant it in sunflowers. I think it'd be a really good visual break between kind of our house and our front yard and the barn and the livestock and all that stuff. Also, a big problem area, eyesore I guess I should say, when we bought this place, was there's a man-made creek ditch that runs behind our house back, and the river's about 1.5 miles north of us. And I'm only assuming that, again, they took an excavator, they scooped it up, they just turned the excavator and dropped it, and there was just a bunch of rocky hills. We're pretty close to the limestone capital of the world, so there's a lot of rock out here. That dozer came in, did a fantastic job. He smoothed all that out. He kind of pushed the rest of it into the woods where you don't see it. And then I have kind of a stash of dirt if I ever need a little bit of fill dirt. So we are going to disc that up today, disc this middle kind of hill up, whatever you want to call it, mound in the front yard, and we're going to plant them all in sunflowers, wildflowers. The bees are going to love it, and I think we are too. So that's enough talking. Let's jump on the tractor and let's start working this ground up. All right, I know someone's going to mention it, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Yes, the ROPS behind me is down. It had to be to get underneath some of those tree branches. Any other time I'm using the tractor and the ROPS can be up without being a hazard to hit things, I have it up. Safety first, guys. It's just not always feasible. The first thing you saw me do there, my buddy called and said, hey, I have this huge pile of wood chips. Do you want them? I want them out of my yard. He lives in town. I said, no problem. Kind of a funny story, sort of, attached to that. Last fall, we had a bad just thunderstorm. I almost said snowstorm, but a bad lightning thunderstorm, and he had this huge oak tree in his front yard. The oak tree, like, I don't know if it got hit by lightning or it blew over, whatever happened. It fell on his neighbor's truck that his neighbor had just paid off that same week. So he got rid of a tree and his neighbor got a new truck thanks to insurance. Luckily, the tree was in the city right away, so that didn't fall back on him. But I had a low spot in here that kind of holds water right over here where the chickens are standing right now. So I went and picked those wood chips up from him. They've been sitting here for about a month or so. And a good place to kind of just throw them in there, disc them in with the disc. It can't hurt anything. There's a lot of rocks in here, I'm sure you saw, and I obviously haven't gone back through and edited this video yet. I'm not going to go through and pick up all the rocks. I just don't have time for that right now. And I'll come back through later and finish up this edge so it's real nice to mow along. But let's go back behind the house and get that done. Well, there's no question how rocky it is out here. I should go through and pick up all the rocks, but I don't have the next 3 weeks to spend picking up rocks. So, first year we were here, we had a garden out here, like I said earlier. The second year, we turned it into wildflowers. This year, I'm actually just gonna cut a strip next to it. It was a rectangle, and then we added a little section to it. I don't know why, it's just kind of how it happened. I'm gonna go ahead and square it up, and that new part, I'm gonna go plant some seedlings in there. At least kind of have a little bit of a garden if the chickens don't eat all the seed. So usually if I'm using the disc, I like to hit it with the 2-bottom plow first. There's that chicken. There's one chicken following me around all day. But it's a little too wet to get the 2-bottom plow out, and I just don't have time to get that done today. So what I'm gonna do is, being this is wet, I'm gonna let it sit for a few hours. I'll come back and hit it with the disc again, and should work out perfect. I'll get a shovel, throw all the dirt that it pushed out back in. Bada boom, bada bing, we'll have a nice garden here in a few days. Let's go find those flower seeds. I'll show you what we're planting and go from there. As I was walking by, here's a quick shot of our happy meat chickens all out sunning themselves. These guys are about 2.5 weeks old. They will go to butcher at 7 weeks. So this is our first batch of meat birds. These are called Super Roasters from Eagle's Nest Hatchery here in Ohio. They're not far from Upper Sandusky. I just built this chicken tractor last week, kind of between the rainstorms, so it was hard to film. I'm going to build an identical copy tomorrow and film that for YouTube. So this tractor is 8 feet wide, 12 feet long. I kind of knew the style I wanted to build, but I didn't really follow anybody's plans exactly. I used pretty much everything treated, 4x4s for the corners, and like I said, there'll be a video coming out on this tomorrow. I had to make a few changes mid-build. That's just the way it goes. I thought I had some more scraps laying around from the barn build, but I didn't. So we like to put them out here as soon as possible. That's why I kind of build this a little different than what some do. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned, subscribe. There'll be a video coming out on that shortly. All right, just came in the house to grab something to drink and get some more medicated eye drops. It's kind of why there hasn't been any videos lately. Last week, somehow I cut my eyeball really bad, ended up in the hospital. Had like a blood sac on my eye. It looks a million times better now than what it did. This whole half of my white side of my eye was just blood red. So, not sure I cut it. I still think Amber punched me in her sleep, but I don't know. I'm just joking. All right, so now that I'm in the house, this is the brand of wildflowers we use, American Meadows Wildflowers. This is a 1/4 pound, and this is just zinnias because zinnia cut and come again. Amber likes zinnias, so that's why we got those. This is a 10-pound bag, so half of a pillowcase roughly, the same brand. This is the mix, I should say, is called Spring into Summer Mixture. So I got some information on it right here, right now, because I know people are going to ask. And yeah, you can see right there, 10 pounds. So the Spring into Summer is a mix of 45 annuals and perennials. Let's see down here. 45 wildflowers, 27 annuals, 18 perennials or biennials for years on after. You can get on their website and see exactly what's in there. And advantages real quick: attracts butterflies, easy to grow, attracts birds, bee friendly, low maintenance, good for cut flowers, extended bloom time, great for mass, and multiplies naturally. So that's a pretty good thing for that. And then if you're buying wildflowers, make sure you know kind of, there's different mixtures for different part of the country. This mixture here you can pretty much use all over: Northeast, Southeast, Midwest, West, Southwest, and Pacific Northwest. So I think that pretty much covers the United States. Let's go up here. That 10-pound bag was actually on sale, and it still is right now. 10 pounds usually runs you $250. It was on sale for $185. So like I said, that will cover up to 25,000 square feet. So let me just show you real quick here, kind of what it'll look like different times of the year. Just a very nice wildflower mix. So we've been very happy with it for what we did so far. So I really like the kind of dark purple flowers in there. So I think it's 79% positive reviews. A lot of times people just don't prep the soil right, and that's the way it goes. But you can even buy a 50-pound bag on sale right now for $795.95. All right, let's go out in the barn, grab the broadcast spreader. Let's get this seed on the ground. Maybe this is why my wife loves flowers so much. Her mom was actually an artist, and Amber commissioned that painting from her mom some time ago, and it's always, whatever house we've been into, it hangs behind our dining room table. So absolutely cool painting. I was never really into paintings till Amber and I got together, and now I kind of enjoy art a little bit more than I used to. Still not anywhere near being civilized, but I try at least. We'll let the person with two good arms crank it. So she's going to plant the seeds there, and then we'll go behind the house and do the same thing. Real quick, let me show you what these seeds look like. It's kind of hard to spread it at times because there's everything from sunflower, small seeds, big seeds in here. It's just, it's kind of a pain sometimes to find the right setting on the spreader. But we did it last year. It turned out fairly well, so we'll do it again this year. Just our luck, we started doing this and the wind picked up. But what are you going to do? Sooner or later the seed will hit the ground, and hopefully in a couple of weeks we have some flowers coming up. It doesn't take chickens long to realize that there's fresh seed hitting the ground. Chickens eating it as fast as Amber's putting it down. Does this look good for some zinnias? Bam! Your chickens are eating all your seed. We're crazy.
This is definitely the bigger area.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
You think you got enough up there?
I covered that so many times.
Have at it.
Wait.
Shelly, quit eating the seeds. Oh, there's Mom and Peaches way out on the east pasture out there on the other side of the round pen. Peaches, she's a great horse. She's not the smartest thing I've ever met, but she sure has a personality. I will give her that. It's just the problem. Sometimes her personality clashes with my mom's. And I just sit back and watch. My mom's been around horses for 65 years, so I just let those two work out their differences, as any smart man would. I swear she just likes chasing chickens. I don't know. Do you just like chasing them? Is that fun?
Go away there.
A few of them are, it sounds like it.
I'll put them away.
So I'm happy the way this project's turning out, knowing that last year this was just a big mound of ugly hills. And granted, it's a little rocky, but we'll do an update video when we're done with this. But I think this is pretty much going to wrap this video up. Like I said, I was going to Caldy pack it, but decided not to. I don't want to bust up Caldy packer wheels or packers trying to put down some of this. It's supposed to rain the next 2-3 days, so we'll let Mother Nature take its course. So, as always, from our crazy farm life to yours, wherever you may be, God bless, and most importantly, make smart decisions. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave me a comment down below. Just let me know where you're from, what state or what country. I really enjoy looking over that stuff. Also, you can always send us an email at pheasantlanefarm@gmail.com. So I look forward to the emails. I've been getting quite a few lately, and people wanting certain kind of videos made, or they want some questions answered, and we do it the best we can. So again, sorry the whole eye thing had me down for a few days, but we're trying to get back in the swing of things. And go figure, it's nice weather now, and it's supposed to get crappy again for the end of the week towards the Memorial Day weekend. So, all right, everybody, well, stay tuned. We'll get that chicken tractor video out in the next few days. Take care, everybody. See you on the next one.